All right, we're going to have a good game. I can feel it. I can feel it. All right. 1717 versus 1695. And make sure you have the stream muted. No stream listening. I will throw out stream tactics. So both the players remain flexible on move 1. Move 1. Knight f6, knight f3. Very flexible start. And will we turn into Queen's Gambit declined? No. We may enter a Benoni, and that's what we're going to have. So first the exchange. What can we anticipate on the black end with regard to pawn structure advances? a6, trying to get in b5, and whenever you're seeing a6, the knee-jerk reaction is almost always a4. Because why? Why is it such a big deal to not allow this pawn to get to b5 so easily? Knight takes pawn. Don't you bite. Don't you bite. Queen a4. Gone is the knight. Just like that. Don't blink. Don't even think about blinking, or you will lose a knight like that. So this, again, this pawn advance a6, b5. If this pawn is established on b5, that means that your knight, once deployed to c3, always has to worry. Am I going to be kicked away? Do I have to find a new home with b4? So black fights on. Down a knight. I've seen crazier comebacks. I've won games in Bullet where, what? My opponent had, what, 3 queens? And I had a pawn. And I won because of my best friend. My best friend was around at the time. That's all I ever had. That's all I had. Was time. So a3, I don't know why a3 was played. To secure knight c3, this could still be played. Okay, 2 bishops on these diagonals, adjacent diagonals, not a bad thing. Bishop takes pawn is a threat. That was there even a move sooner. But maybe that would allow rook some play on the b pawn. 422 to 312. Time and material deficit. No pressure. No pressure. Nobody is here watching you play. It's just you and your opponent. Yeah, bishop takes b5 was on. Right? Yeah, that was there. Bishop takes b5. Right? Candidate moves for black. Bishop f6 I would be looking at. The rook is ready to smash him up as soon as that guy moves. Bishop takes b. Rook takes big bad bishop on e7. Oh, bishop takes knight with what as the follow-up? Okay, bishop takes is still there. Unleashes a discovered attack against this guy in e7. So a knight for a pawn, right? That's the situation we're in right now. Ideally, I think if there's an ideal placement, I think it would be in the form of a pawn on c4 and this knight getting to c5, where then he would have some jumping points on b3 and d3. So this was a missed move. Bishop takes pawn. I think you go for that. Get some material, get this piece, get your rook activated. Those are 2 good reasons. Material is one, and the other is that you're not just regaining your piece after you sacrifice on b5, but you're activating a rook on a rank that, it doesn't get any more active than that, does it? On the 7th rank. Potentially there to win some pawns, and also to maybe cut off the king. Now hang on for a second. Pawn advance, he's passed. This knight needs to get working. This is his only move. You better get there. You better get there. But this knight is ready to jump in here. Bishop e3 supports knight d4 to c6 stuff, or maybe even f5 to put pressure on this weak guy on d6. Knight c6. Well, this bishop is there to kind of watch out. for his like checks on e7. This knight can maybe jump in. This isn't a stable square. f4 is always there to kick him around. He jumps in, you just take him. We might be having that. But this pawn is probably going to fall very quickly. Knight here, chop, chop. Rook b1 to d3. I guess he has to go back. Yeah. Maybe he could sneak in at this. No, he can't even go to b6. The bishop's there to watch over. I was thinking knight b6 to a4 to maybe c3, where he's at least within checking distance. Less than a minute for black. So, serious issue for both time and material now. Challenging this knight. Offering more exchanges. I think you keep this as is. If the knight is ever captured, the bishop is there to support this pawn, and he would then be passed on c3. So I think I would consider just letting that knight sit and play bishop to f3, or maybe look into undermining this structure with a4. But this can't be bad either. Two bishops here. King f2 is a move I'd be considering. Rook here. There's bishop b2. You want to be careful. Actually, if there's some way black could somehow get these two pawns, these three could turn into monsters in a heartbeat. They would all become passed, and okay, he is a pass pawn. He's unleashed. This bishop is there to support. Bishop here is, I think, a strictly defensive move. And now look at that. Just like that, black is getting the piece back, but they're down on time. Oh, hang on. The bishop is hit on e4. Are the tables turning? Are the tables turning? That's the big question I want to know. Okay, black is getting a pawn. He's saying, no, you will not get a piece for free. I will take someone down with me. And now the tables are turning. There's a giant pig on e2. The bishop is hit, potentially the pawn. This pawn is passed. Black is on the defensive. Rook here, keep the rook on the 7th. Don't be so quick to retreat with this pig. Oh, this is sneaky. Rook takes rook, pawn takes. Even if rook takes rook was played with check, there's no stopping this pawn from promoting to b1. Oh, hang on. And rook takes rook, pawn takes rook here doesn't work because of rook to c1. 37 seconds for black. Fighting back from that sneaky trick, taking on e4. White left that pawn out for bait. And black was quick to bite it. And then a little bit later, as we just saw, two bishops unprotected on the e file. Black gets one back. Material count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are dead even with material, but this pawn should march. Rook takes, pawn push, rook to c1, bishop b2. This bishop will have to come back to e3. Black is winning this position, but only has 26 seconds, and now, well, this is good too. Or is it? Rook here? Oh, what will we have? I think rook b3. Or that? I think rook b3 was cleaner. 21 seconds. Is there enough time? Rook down here. Oh, man. You can't go back to a1. You could go there, though. There's no way to get this pawn. This king's going to come over and pick him up. Less than 15 seconds. I'm liking white. This king now sneaks over. Oh, black had a winning sequence right there, but was down a serious amount of time. Bishop here just to get him out of there. That was a great line right there. Bishop here just to get him out of there. Pawn takes. Okay, this king can't get active so easily. Oh no, he's getting this one. Positionally, black is better. Again, but look at the time. 3.2 seconds. No way. No way, it's not happening. Although you are able to pre-move without any time coming off your clock, which is not really a great thing. 0.3 seconds. No way. It's not happening. It's not happening. Oh, what? It was a back and forth game. 0.3. See, no time came off. But this is where you use time burners. Look at no time. Pawn sneaks up here. No time is coming up. Oh, black or white threw in a couple sneaky moves, a capture. Oh, nice. Back and forth game. Okay, let's go back real quick. He definitely can't. That was leaving this pawn out for bait. Gotta be aware of that. Check. Deadly check on a4. But the piece was dropped back, and again, in this position, what's the cleanest approach to winning this? I'd say get my king on d3. No. No. You know, I didn't even see this. I thought, oh yeah, this might not be bad. You're bringing the bishop back to defend, but it is bad. Rook e8. I missed that too. So probably what? There's definitely a cleaner way. Oh, I was talking about keeping this tension. Yeah. Allow that. Allow that to capture. Then you have a passed pawn. That would be simpler. And if it does get to this position, consider rook c2. Put an end to him advancing anymore and get this king. He knows where he belongs right now. As soon as this pawn becomes disconnected from the b5 point, get your king over to d3. Nice central location on a light square off of... he's not going to bother you when your king is on d3. So get him over here. Rook c2, sneak your king over. No issues. And when we do get to this position, rook b3. Rook b3 would have been good, or even before you push, instead of pushing, capture first. Rook takes, push. Rook has to come to c1, bishop b2, and I think best is then bishop e3. You get the rook, and then you're up the exchange, and you still have that passed pawn. You get your king involved towards the center, maybe get him. That'll be GG, but no time to do it. No time to think it through.